Are there too many zombie games out there? What's up, gamers? In this video I'm going to talk about all of the zombie games that are already out, been out, and are going to be out later this year. Let's get started. For the past couple of years, the zombie scene in America has grown humongous, and I thought to myself, why? Why is that? And then it branched off to video games. There is a lot of video games that are coming out featuring zombies, and I said to myself again, why? And I researched this and I said, oh, it's the Walking Dead TV show. The Walking Dead TV show I think premiered in 2010 or 2011. I might be mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think that's what spawned everyone's loving for the zombie genre. It really focused on the humans and what would you do in that situation. It's seriously the most realistic zombie scenario that I can really imagine going on in America, because it's not just about the zombies, it's about the humans, what you would do if you were in that situation. Would you kill that person to save your family? Just really hard decisions and choices and things to bear if you were in a zombie apocalypse. And The Walking Dead really just shows you what the human mind is capable of. And I think that's why there's so many zombie games coming out, for the good and the bad. So in this video, I'm going to talk about a lot of zombie games that I like, that have been out for a while, that are going to come out, that I'm going to do walkthroughs on and stuff like that. So sit down, relax, and let me give you your fill of zombie brains. The first couple of games I want to talk about are the Left 4 Dead series, number 1 and number 2. When I played Left 4 Dead on my 360, I was so hooked on it. Me and all my friends got it. It's a 4-player campaign. I really don't remember a game being 4-player campaign with zombies. So when I played it, I was just immediately hooked. It has really addictive gameplay. It's really simple gameplay too. It's just you and your friends. It's just you and your friends trying to get through the city or your certain campaign that you're in. And just killing zombies and trying not to die, trying to get to the helicopter, to the police car, to the boat, to anything that will get you away from this horror that is this huge city full of zombies. And these zombies are terrifying. They run at you, they sprint, lunge themselves at you. And there's also infected zombies that are crazy too. There's the licker, there's the tank that is just humongous and does not give up. So there's a lot of cool little things in Left 4 Dead that really get you hooked, and it's such a simple game too. It's just 4 friends with weapons and zombies, and you have to get out of there. That's it, and it's so addictive. Both games are addictive. The DLC that came with it, there's actually DLC that is still coming out to this day, I think, for PC players and console gamers. I think in Left 4 Dead 2 they did a crossover with Left 4 Dead 1. They actually, I think, killed off a couple players from Left 4 Dead 1. It's nuts. They do everything they can to entertain the Left 4 Dead fan base. There is a lot of people that still play it to this day. I'm not one of them because I don't know, the Left 4 Dead games are actually really expensive in stores still. But if you have not checked out the Left 4 Dead games, go check them out. They're really, really fun. They're actually pretty cheap on Steam for PC right now. So if you want to take advantage of that, go ahead. And yes, that is the first sort of game I want to talk about, is the Left 4 Dead series. It's really good. I liked it a lot, but I just don't play it anymore. So the next game I'm going to talk about, featuring sort of zombies-esque, is Resident Evil. Resident Evil really doesn't feature zombies. It features infected people who've encountered the Ebola virus, or the C virus, or the T virus, whatever you want to call it. There's different viruses for each game. But they're sort of just infected people who don't really have lost their minds. They want to kill you. They want to eat you. So I guess they are zombies. But for the past couple games, Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 6, to be specific, people don't like them anymore. I think the last good Resident Evil game everyone loves is Resident Evil 4. It was just set in this European setting. It's really dark, it's scary, it's classic Resident Evil gameplay. Everyone loved it. I actually personally have it, and it was really good. But everyone hated number 5 and 6. I do not know why. They said number 5, you still cannot move, you're just standing still. That's classic Resident Evil gameplay for you right there. Don't know why people hated that. The graphics were really good. The story could have been better, but the villain in Resident Evil 5 is my favorite villain by far to this day, Wesker. He is a just juiced up T-virus person who teleports, and he does not know when to die. So he's actually a really good villain that I like. He's still, I think, one of my favorite villains in video game history. Now let's move on to Resident Evil 6. Resident Evil 6 had a lot of problems. Most of it was not really entertaining the player and mostly just trying to put out a good, solid game. And even though they sort of did, that wasn't that good. Everyone said that it wasn't really fun. The co-op feature, having 4 separate campaigns, is actually really cool, but it really missed the mark, in my opinion. I think that they should have had one humongous story that really just infected every single other person's campaign, and really just drove them all together for an awesome end battle. It sort of did that, but not really. It really just focused around action and what are we going to do next and how are we going to kill this person, and that's not really what you should do in a game. You should find out what the gamer's like and then implement it in the next game. So if they do make another Resident Evil game, they better make it good and listen to the fans' feedback. In Resident Evil 6, there was actually a really big overhaul in the controls. You can actually move around this time, and everyone didn't like the moving around. Man, everyone just complains, saying we want to move around in Resident Evil 5. That's stupid. We don't like to move around in Resident Evil 6. That's stupid. People just get what they give you. Seriously, get what you get and don't throw a fit. That's how I say it. I liked the controls in Resident Evil 6. It was new, and I said to myself, why would you hate this game? Seriously, if a game company that still moves in the same direction years on end, it's not going to get anywhere, and everyone is just going to even hate the games even more. So I liked Resident Evil 6. It wasn't memorable, I would say. So that's all I have to say for now. Oh, speaking of new games, Resident Evil Revelations came out, and I played the demo for that. I don't really know what to think about it. The demo was actually not bad. It was really creepy and eerie, and I think that's what Resident Evil 6 really needed. It really didn't have that. It was just more action based. But Resident Evil Revelations is actually out right now if you want to check it out. And if you want, I will include some annotation or a link somewhere on this video where you can see my reactions to the demo. But in the end, check out Resident Evil if you want to watch it or play it. And that's about it. Let's move on. So the next zombie-infected game series I want to talk about is the Dead Island series. So the Dead Island, the first Dead Island game came out a couple years ago from Deep Silver and Techland, and they actually made a really solid zombie game. It was set on this island of Banoi, I think in the tropical islands. I wanna say, I don't know for sure, but it was really cool. It mixed some Dead Rising 2 weapon customization to like Left 4 Dead style gameplay, and it was a really cool setting. You're on an island, there's zombies everywhere, there's different types of zombies. The story's a little dull here and there, but just going around with your friends and killing zombies with weapons that you made, it's really cool. And there's a lot of weapons that you can make. There is a vast roster of weapon customization in the game, which I personally like myself. And don't get me wrong, there's not just blunt weapons. There's also like machetes and samurai swords, and also firearms like shotguns and pistols and light machine guns, stuff like that. And then we go over to Dead Island Riptide, the so-called sequel that improves upon everything. They said the sequel wasn't really good from what I saw. I haven't played it physically, but I've heard from people saying that it's a big disappointment because there is a big Dead Island fan base. I'm one of them, and I wasn't excited for Riptide because it looked exactly the same. I'm not going to pay $50. Oh, and they did not want to charge the full $65 retail for it. I do not want to pay $50 for an expansion on a game I already know how to play. The combat's the same, the environments are somewhat different, the zombies are the same, the gameplay's the same, so I wasn't really impressed with Riptide as much as I was with the first one. So yes, that is my thoughts on Dead Island Riptide and Dead Island series overall. But yeah, let's continue to a game that is actually made from the same company, Techland, and that game is Dying Light. This game is actually getting made from the people who made Dead Island, Techland, which is really kind of weird that they're making Dead Island and Dying Light at the same time. I guess this company really likes to make zombie games, but I think that this game looks really cool from the screenshots and from the synopsis that I've heard. Basically, the game is about you leaving the safety of I think the safe zone where there is no zombie infection to go and look for supplies, because I think you guys are running low or someone's gonna die. I don't know for sure, but you leave the safe zone and you can go and scavenge and kill zombies in the daylight. That's all I really know for now. One of the people from IGN went to a behind closed doors event for Dying Light, a demo, and he says the gameplay is realistic, the attention to detail, like the graphics and the overall day and night cycles of the game, are really, really good, really next gen. And speaking of day and night cycles, you can go in actually the day and scavenge, and it'll be easier for you, or you can go at night, which is going to be scarier, more intense, more dangerous, because there's going to be more zombies. And I would not want to go at night. To be honest, I think zombies at night are really creepy. You know, these zombies will probably run after you, and your main character is going to have, like, I don't know, like a sonar ability. He'll actually be infected with the virus, and he'll be like see different zombies. He'll be able to see sort of in the dark. It's weird, but cool at the same time. And they also said that there's going to be a free running aspect with Dying Light. They sort of compared it to Mirror's Edge free running, which is really cool because Mirror's Edge is a perfect game. It really just that's the highlight of Mirror's Edge, and it really is a good fit for that game. And I can't wait to see just free running around this whole open world city, scavenging for supplies, killing zombies, and just having a good time. So the next zombie infection survival game I want to talk about is The Last of Us from Naughty Dog. Now, you guys know Naughty Dog from making the Uncharted games. They're really good, just action-packed, really cool gameplay. The graphics look amazing, and I think that The Last of Us will be a really, really good game because it looks really emotional. And even though that, you know, it really isn't zombies in this game, it's more just of an infection sort of type of enemy. But I really think that this really goes in the category of zombie survival. Because it's basically the same thing. But this game is going to be very emotional. I can already tell you right now. I can see that they took a page from The Walking Dead, where the choices you make really just form who you are in the end. And executive producers have already said that The Last of Us will be so emotional. It'll grip you near the end of the game. It'll shock you in some parts. It'll scare you in some parts. There was a demo I think I saw about 3 weeks ago where you were playing as Joel, you were in the dark, and you had a flashlight. No one was around except the clickers and the moaners, and those are the two enemies you have to fight. The clickers are the ones with their heads that are like all spored out and creepy, and they go like, and they use their sonar, like they use the click to like sonar to look to find you people. And then there's like the moaners that are really creepy. It's just, this game looks so good and it looks so creepy, and I wasn't expecting it from The Last of Us. But it is coming out June 14th. I will be doing a walkthrough for this game for friggin' sure. And that's it. The Last of Us looks to be a really good game, and I cannot wait to play it. Let's move on. So the next and final zombie game I'm going to talk about, and I sort of saved the best for last, is State of Decay from Undead Labs. Now, Undead Labs is a brand new game company, and State of Decay is actually their first game ever, and it's a zombie game, go figure. But this game is going to implement things that I really wanted in games. It's going to have an open world. It's going to give you a survivor, a random survivor, and if your survivor dies, then you have to start all over again with a whole new survivor, a whole new person. It's a girl or a boy, it's random, I don't know. But if you die, you lose everything. You lose your gear, you lose your weapons, and it's real. It really implements real life tactics. You can crouch when you're near zombies so they don't hear you that much. You can go save people, and you can have them join your group. You can set up a camp anywhere in the world, and you can grow crops. You can, that'll be your base of operations. You can map out the area, the world, every place you go to look for supplies. It'll cross it out so you know that you've been there. So it's, small little things like that. You can go out at night, or you can go out during the day. You can choose who rolls with you through the day or night. I think at night the zombies actually are a lot more crazy and dangerous instead of the day. And to be honest, I do not want to go out at night and to be honest, I do not want to go out at night and go look for supplies and zombies. It'll be too creepy. But yes, I think State of Decay, even though it's an arcade title, I don't know if I mentioned that, it's only $20, 1,600 Microsoft points. Even though it's an arcade title, it really implements things that I like to see and play in a game. And I cannot wait for State of Decay to come out. It's coming out June 5th for Xbox, I think. Do not know if it's coming out for PC or PlayStation 3. I think it's just an Xbox only exclusive. But yeah, you can get a car, fill it with survivors, go loot. You have to protect your survivors, though. I don't know if the AI is that great, but I would think you would want to protect your friends. You can, climb on top of water towers to see where the zombies are. You can snipe them. You can have one person snipe from the water tower, and you can go and collect stuff. I think it's multiplayer also, so you and a friend can go throughout the world and set up camp and all that stuff. I do not know if there's actually like multiplayer modes, but if there was, I would suggest like having the open world, 4 players be robbers or like bandits, and 4 players be survivors, and they have to fight or survive or whatever they do. So I think State of Decay will be a sleeper hit. Everyone's not going to be able to know about it or get it, and then they think, oh, it's not that good. But I think it's going to be really good, so I'm very excited for State of Decay. So in the end, gamers, are the game companies using this zombie genre, sucking it dry, using it so many times that we're sick of it? My personal opinion, hell no. I love zombie games. Steam revolutionized the 4-player co-op zombie shooter with Left 4 Dead. Techland is going to revolutionize, I think, the next gen with Dying Light, and it sort of made bad decisions with Dead Island. And I think an indie publisher like Undead Labs is going to make State of Decay one of the best zombie arcade games that I have ever played. It's going to implement things I've never had in a zombie game before. I think it's going to try new things that people will love, and I think that the zombie games era is here to stay for a while. So thank you so much for watching, gamers. If you guys like this video, click like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Tumblr to keep up with all I have to say about gaming news as it hits. And in the comments, tell me what your favorite zombie game is. My favorite zombie game so far, I think my favorite out of all of them, and I did not mention this game, is the Walking Dead game from Telltale. That is my favorite zombie game, and it's not really action-packed. It's more story-driven and more linear. Try it out if you have not tried it. It is a gut-wrencher. It'll grab you and not let go until the ride is over. It is that serious. So I'm going to end the video right here, gamers. Thank you so much for watching once again, and until next time, until the zombie apocalypse happens, peace.
There's a secret door by the altar that leads underground, but we need to find a way to open it.
You want to tell me what's down there?
It's better if I show you.